to eternal love. Or maybe somebody tried to make you think that this was eternal love, but like clearly it's not. Yeah. Otherwise they wouldn't have withdrawn or acted weird. Yeah. You have a memory of this person when you weren't withdrawn, and they're probably thinking about you and how you used to be towards them, but they didn't take care of you, and so they ran out of luck here. Their luck ran out, okay? What is the advice? They shouldn't have drinking the Kool-Aid, yo. They shouldn't have took a bribe. They shouldn't have just not prayed. They were in a commitment. They were supposed to stay, not withdraw. But they just didn't trust the process. Yeah, they were afraid. And instead of talking to you about that, instead of laying their vulnerability out on the table like you would have, and trusting that you would have taken the utmost care of them in that with them as a collaboration, whether it be friend, it's like you were an ally. They completely destroyed it. Yeah, they turned it into a nightmare. Okay, in the environment, yeah, this person, they act like in the environment, somebody's acting like they don't care. Okay, they're acting as though they don't care. What's the reality of the situation? Thank you so much for the gift, love. That they feel trapped and that their strategy failed. Exactly, that's the reality. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. It's all crap. It's all bullshit. It's all a nice little show, and it's not. What is the point of it? Is it really your ego? Is it you have to feed your ego that bad? You know what I mean? It's like you have to have pride that bad. That's destructive. Why? It's unnecessary. Yeah. Not showing kindness when it's free, unnecessary. Not being merciless and uncharitable, showing ingratitude, unnecessary. That's not normal behavior. That's very unhealed, dark, disgusting behavior. It's almost like human repellent for people that love themselves, at least. It's like you're turning yourself into walking human repellent for people that actually know, yo, I'm not going to be treated like that. Like at the basic bare minimum, there's going to be respect. Okay, you don't have to want to be with me. You don't have to want to hang out with me all the time. We don't have to agree on everything. But if there's no respect here, we're not doing this. Okay. This person put their ego and their pride because of their low self-worth. They wouldn't stop doing something, but you weren't overloaded. They thought that whatever strategy this was, it was basically to try to knock you off your square or bring you down a peg or two. Like bringing you down to their level. No, that's why they ran out of luck here. No, that's a horrible strategy. Yeah, this is toxic and destructive. Yeah, okay. So it's like somebody's losing out on a blessing because they're afraid you're gonna work with people that actually back you up and enhance you, unify with you, stand up for you, protect you, all the things that they should have done before they were bribed and persuaded and drank the Kool-Aid to go off and do something else. What's the possible outcome? That you're ready. You're not going to stop reaching your goals. Regardless of this bully or these bullies, it doesn't matter. Because it's fated for you. This is your right. Okay? Yeah, you're gifted. Yes, you're a blessing. And they lost that. Okay? And that's what it meant by, what's the word we got? Ability. You are able. You're capable. You have the ability. You have a high degree of intelligence or competence. You could have a particular gift for doing something really well. They wanted you to stop doing it, and it wasn't on accident. It was intentional. Ew. Haters, y'all. Freaking mother freaking haters, y'all. Okay? I cannot. That's so shit. Yeah. All they did was lose from this. What was the point? There was no gain. The strategy failed and now they feel trapped. Because you don't use strategies on people. Like, you don't... Like, this person This person has issues, y'all. You know, it is what it is. Let's see. Let's get a few more details. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay. Because you weren't blind to something, they didn't gain something. Can you give me more on that, Spirit? So in order for them to have gained what they wanted out of this, it would have been at your expense. And you would have had to been oblivious, aloof. Yeah. Let's see. What's this blind in reverse, gain in reverse? Their passions, or something you're passionate about. Knight of Wands, Scorpio, Sagittarius energy. Okay, so what's this blind in reverse? They didn't want you to see that they were disrupting your peace, or that they were overreacting, or that they were causing discord and volatility in your life. They didn't want you to see that. And because you did, and you couldn't unsee it, and you didn't like fall for the gaslighting and try to categorize it as something else, they didn't gain anything out of this. Yeah, it's because of your faith. It's because of the position in society that you hold. It's because of your moral requirements, okay? That's why it didn't work. That's why. They should have paid attention. It's like, did this person not know you at all, or what? Okay, the problem is friendship in reverse. Give me something on that. Yeah. The reason that there's no friendship here anymore is because you saw what they were doing. You caught them, and they owe you an apology, and they still haven't even given you that. They can't even get... They're not a human. They're a bot. They're a demon. If you do something wrong and you get caught, and you still can't feel guilt and shame for what you've done when you know it was heinous, and you just leave it that way, stuck in a Two of Swords, you wait forever, you think that time's gonna outrun the... No, you're just gonna lose this person completely. I'm assuming it's you, collective. They didn't return what they stole in any way, whether it be time, reputation, promises, hopes, dreams, money, whatever it is. It's like they didn't even try to pay any restitution or give you an apology. And kindness, again, I keep saying it, is free. It's free. You can't even give something that's free? There's something wrong with you. Especially when you're in the wrong and you still... That's why they're very unhealthy with their ego and their pride. That is so unhinged and destructive that it's dangerous. You got to stay away from it. That's not human. That's demonic. Yeah, because here you are. They didn't want to give you these true feelings. They didn't want to give you real love. They didn't. They didn't give you real love, and you gave them an overflow of it. Like, they had, like, residuals to go off and manifest with other people because you blew up their head enough. Like, they got a big-ass head, and they thought, ooh, I'm the man, or I'm the woman. I can, you know, leave. And, yeah, it's just ridiculous. No. I bet you don't feel that way now. In the environment, somebody's still acting stubborn and still having this bullish attitude and this arrogance. But it's like, it's worthless. It doesn't do anything for them. It doesn't do anything for you either. It does nothing for no one. You know what I mean? So, like, what is the point here? I don't get it. What's this stubborn? Yeah, because they're waiting on something. They're waiting for you to do something. Why the fuck would you ever think that that would be what's happening here when they're the ones in the wrong? That's what I'm saying. It's a game. It's like they want you to, whether it's like a silent treatment that they're doing or whatever, it's like until you conform to their narrative or until you absorb and internalize all of their shame for the burden that they've already put you through enough, whatever this is, okay? And they're in the wrong. They're the type of shitty person that would be like, your being right means more to you than my peace. Yeah, bitch, it sure does, because then that means me forfeiting my peace. Sure does. There's right and wrong for a reason. Where's your empathy? You don't. This person doesn't have, like, something's wrong with them, yo. They don't. They're a bully because they got bullied. Probably that's what happens when you get bullied by your caregivers. I'm assuming one of their parents is probably a bully, or both, or they were just emotionally unavailable, or what have you. They never healed. They're so insecure because of something they've been through in the past, and they refuse to see that. They project outwards, it seems. This could be somebody, you know, with narcissistic tendencies here. What's the real estate in reverse? Yeah, they didn't want to put the work in. So they lost out on this blessing. They didn't want this mega project. They didn't want to build with you. They didn't want this generational wealth. They didn't. They wanted to fast track things. They wanted reward without effort. This is somebody that is so ungrateful. It's like they don't care about unity. They don't care about like your needs, or, you know, the privilege of inviting them in on your world. You know, because I feel like you had a lot to offer here. Because, you know, people that are ready, you know, they're usually people that have a lot to offer. It's resonating. Yeah, what's this ready in the strengths? That's your strength, is that it's almost like you're the type of person, collective, that maybe you've been through so much that you've learned to be so hyper-vigilant and self-sufficient, which is actually a symptom of trauma, but a lot of people would admire that and, like, you know, compliment you on those qualities, because they are admirable, because a lot of people don't have that ability to transcend obstacles like that. It's a very powerful, admirable quality, but what they don't understand is you only strengthen that very likely because you've learned to be hyper vigilant and almost assume that at some point there's going to be a curveball. Like to the point where, and it's not fair. Like, you shouldn't have to live like that, walking on eggshells. You shouldn't. It's like you could be a person that you just know when something's about to go off, okay? When something's about to pop off. And it's very good that you didn't martyr yourself, in the sense that you didn't sacrifice and self-abandon for somebody like this, especially. This is not a good person, okay? This is not a good person. They're coming from a very unhealed place, but they're not a good person. Because I've been unhealed as fuck before, but I still had empathy and compassion. This person doesn't have that. And if they do, they hide it. And that's what's more important to them than you. Yep. So fuck that. Okay, fuck all that. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. So yeah, that's bad karma. This person has a significant amount of karmic debt to pay off. They didn't gain anything out of this. If anything, they lost a lot, including you. And they still haven't tried to rectify the situation. It's actually more humiliating. If they're worried about their ego should be more humiliated that they don't do something than to do something at this point. Okay? But, you know, that's what I mean by, like, this person has issues, okay? They shouldn't have drinking the Kool-Aid, and you're not that's the advice. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, okay? And don't be this person's friend, because they're not a friend to you. This is not a friend. This is not a friend. This is not a lover. People don't treat people like this. This is a bully. And, you know, people that bully you, they were bullied, or they bully themselves too. And that's karma enough to some degree. You could intuit that this person is struggling based on their own destructive actions, based on them not communicating. Like, all of this could have been avoided. All of it. And it's like, this is that same message that came out yesterday. It was conjured. Like, it was like man-made. You know what I mean? It's like they just dived off their own cliff of self-destruction, down the path of self-destruction. And it didn't have to be that way. You were their partner. It's like, why were they opposing you as if you're some kind of enemy? You weren't. But after a while, when you're being bullied and they're trying to break you down so far that you finally apologize for their abuse. No, honey. That's where the line is heavily drawn. Okay, and please Bet on yourself enough to know that you can do better. Okay, this is demonic. You could do better than a demon, y'all. All right, just please believe that. That's why spirit didn't want you to be with this person. They don't have empathy. They're not capable of being a friend or a lover or anyone that should be around you, or anyone for that matter. This is like empty vessel energy here. Okay, what is the reservation in reverse in the environment? Yeah. So in the environment, somebody was really stubborn. They didn't want to hear about unconditional love, or they didn't want to they don't want to, it's like they just canceled it out. Yeah, but now they tried to swap something around. Maybe swap it around with you and another person, for instance. But roles are not interchangeable. Some people aren't replaceable. Okay? Some people are not replaceable. Like, period. The role is replaceable, but they're not gonna play that role the same way you would. They're not you. Nobody's you. That's your superpower. There's only one you, period. Somebody was hoping that if you lost your mega project, if you lost your home, if you lost something, that you would want to collaborate with them and just throw everything out under the rug. That was their plan. A King of Cups could be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This person was influenced by really exploitative, harmful people. This person was influenced by really exploitative, harmful people. Now they're stuck, and they're being forced to see something from a different perspective here. They're being disillusioned here. Thank you so much for the gift, love. I appreciate you. Aww. I love how that cat is so cute. It looks like a witch's cat because it's black, y'all. Alright, so what's the outcome with the bully here? Somebody's not withdrawing from being a bully, and you're ready. You don't care. This isn't your first rodeo. You're healing, and you still have your Ace of Pentacles. You still have your opportunities. You still have everything that you had in before, and you're even stronger than ever. Yeah. So now this Emperor in reverse. This could be somebody's father or boss. Or this could be the King of Cups, but it's like they're an Emperor in the reverse because they lack maturity. This person's in their feelings. Now they want to give you something now that you've healed, but it's like you did that all on your own. You shouldn't have had to go through this in the first place. So it's like they might want your help. Maybe they don't know how to heal. But that's the thing. It's like, what initiative have you taken to go get healing? To go find a way to deal with your energy? Angel number 33 could be significant. Yeah, it's like, now that you're healing, you don't want to work with this person anymore. Because of their destructive ego. Why would anyone want to? Why would anyone want to? It's dangerous. It infringes upon your critical needs to feel safe in this world, to feel stable, to have peace. Why the hell would you want to work with somebody like that? That's scary. Yeah, and now they're thinking about their... this is... okay, somebody from somebody's family, their father, this is why they're like that. That's what it's saying. This person loves you. They do. But they were being influenced by really unhealed people. And they're very unhappy. This could be their father that's involved. Are you reading my mind? Am I? Is this your story exactly? Wow. Maybe your team has assigned me to give your messages, though. And that's the thing. There's no mistake. If you end up in my channel, y'all, and you resonate with my readings, there's a reason. You've been guided here, okay? And I'm very humbled by the fact that, you know, if your spirit team has assigned me to your messages, very, very privileged to do so. Welcome to the channel. somebody doesn't care because they're unhappy. So this could be like their father or their family. They could have toxic masculines in their family, y'all. And it's like, if that's who they get advice from, guys, it's not good, you know? And if this is the kind of person that's insecure and doesn't want to look like a little biatch in front of these masculines, that just perpetuates the problem. Like you should be a prime example of what strength is. You're stronger than all these hoes combined, y'all. Whether you're a feminine or masculine, okay? That's why ready came out, okay? That's why ability came out. That's why success came out, okay? So it's like, you're so competent for the position to be giving influence. You're the one that should be hired for that role. Because you provide results. So what's the problem? Is it because you're a woman? Or is it because you have a difference of perspective and that makes them feel insecure? Oh, well, that's what a partner's... Okay, when you find the right person for you and a partner, you don't put your dad and their influence before your own partners. You just don't do that. You can hear everybody out, but when it's destructive advice, no. You got to be able to say, hey, you know what? I don't like how that sounds. Yeah, bullying, especially somebody that might be physically less strong, or let's just say you're a woman, okay? Whatever the case is, it doesn't matter about the gender, but it's like there was no adult here, and it looks like that's an adult, okay? But they're not, though, because this isn't how you treat anybody. They like came for your life in some aspect here. Yeah, they try to isolate you. Yeah, no, that's not it. That's just not. Yeah, you move forward on your own, because what they didn't anticipate is that you're not like these people. You would prefer, in fact, you might insist on moving forward alone, because then you won't be so damn distracted with all of this negativity here. It's better than being in the mix of this. It's embarrassing. You don't have time for this shit. Not to mention, you don't want to feel horrible every day that you wake up. It's like, what do you get out of it? Nothing. Neither do they. That's the crazy part. Nobody does. Nobody wins here. It's all a battle of egos. It's all about ego. Egos don't matter. Egos don't matter, especially when it comes to love and friendship. There's no room for egos in that. That's the problem here. It's like misery does love company. Absolutely. Yeah. And because they're unhappy, it's like they want to wipe that smile off your face. No, honey, that's not the life I'm signing up for. No, we're not doing that. What's going to happen is either you learn how to be happy, and I can help you through that process. Maybe. If I feel so mercy, everything of the opposite that you were to me, okay? If I feel so kind, I could actually help you through that. But at this point, you should just go find that yourself. There's psychiatrists for that. There's spirituality for that. There's meditation. There's working out. You got to find a place to put that rage, buddy. Not in your home with your partner. You should be able to have conversations where not everything feels like criticism and not everything feels like an attack. It's like, how do you communicate with somebody like that? If you're having a problem with a person and you're telling them that in a calm way, but you're making it clear that it's affecting your peace, your happiness, and your life, and they're like this, like a child. Oh, well, if I'm just so bad, then why don't you leave me then? Oh, well, if you hate me so much, maybe you should find somebody that you don't hate so much. Like, what? How old are you? No, pay attention. My needs matter, not just yours. So sit down and listen up. If you can't meet my critical needs, respect, honesty, communication, staying calm and not escalating, okay, without empathy, then you gotta go. We out. It's not gonna work. Those are the bare minimum, honey. If you can't provide the bare minimum, whether it be in friendships, in relationships, then you shouldn't be around people. you're a hazard to society. It's a hard pill, but it's the truth. Swallow that shit as quick as you can and figure out how to accommodate society, because nobody's going to deal with that unless you're exploiting very wounded, insecure people. Okay? And that's another sick thing. It's like, what, you're just going to take advantage of those that are weaker? Not everybody's as strong as this collective, so good on you for that, you know, like, but what about the ones that are weaker? I'm sure that they've preyed on those people. That's really, ugh, it's not it, y'all. It's gross. So